A radical Kevin Blanch versus the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. Talk about a war of attrition. They've tried every trick in the world to freaking take me out. So, Nuscale from hell. This is out right after they got their corrupt approval. Now, remember, Jose Reyes, the CEO, and the head of the NRC worked together at Idaho National Lab. You think that's a little conflict of interest? So she's been replaced. There's a new sheriff in town, and he says, oh, no. So right after they got approval in 2020, one of the lead scientists that works for him freaking whistle blew. And he says, no. This prototype doesn't even have a housing that can handle any kind of earthquake. He, in his own letter he sent to the NRC, this whistleblower, says any earthquake will collapse this building and release radioactivity into the biosphere and kill people. He used those exact words. I'll post the link. Clean, green. I mean, this corruption. Kenwood Financial, I'm the guy that exposed that. When Utah funded him, Utah's paid him $500 million. Tim Martin says up there in Corvallis, Idaho, or Oregon, they're driving around in Bugattis, they were. Price Anderson, this is the biggest ripoff in the history of the state of Utah. That's saying a lot. Little SMRs, they don't exist. Now they're saying 2029. When they shoved this down our throat with AMPS, remember AMPS? I was part of the committee that got that through in Utah. That was for solar and wind. We got that through almost 20 years ago. It got full of money coming out of your bill. They didn't put it for wind and solar. They come in the nuclear industry and stole it, just like they did in New York. Same thing. We went door to door, house to house. Will you sign up for nuclear not nuclear, for wind and solar and pay a little bit? Yes. Had billions in it. Status King Cuomo just stole it. Ripped it off. They did the same thing in Ohio. But the FBI busted them. Larry Householder, the head legislator, the same bribing clan that went state to state, house to house. They're going to go to your local PTA and have a bake sale. I don't care if I get 32 views. It doesn't matter. Put this in history. It's a war of attrition. They got me so... Let's get real. Kevin Blanch, they've hired teams of trolls that just attack me viciously. I've been in critical condition the whole time fighting these guys. You can play back the tape. It was me against teams of attorneys, Nuscale. It's the most corrupt Ponzi scheme. And by the way, get out of the stock market. It's so grotesquely overvalued. Talk about a Ponzi scheme. A guy asked me yesterday, is Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme? Yeah, just like the United States stock market, just like the United States Treasury. I mean, $5 trillion in debt, and people, whoa, why the inflation? Debt and hyperinflation are Siamese twins connected at the hip. So you read through this and you tell me if Kevin Blanch wasn't right the whole time. Kevin Blanch, talk about David versus Goliath versus the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. While in a critical condition, I was given 2 months to live. Do never forget that. Kevin Blanch, what a PhD. I've done the work of 1,000 men. What did I get for it? I got a bill for $1.8 million from a bond. I got 5 years ago right now. I was getting ready to have my open heart surgery. Remember I had you short in Chicago Bridge and Iron? How come you didn't get rich doing it? Remember all that Tesla stock and that Apple stock I had you buying in 2011? All these people I made billionaires and gazillionaires. I mean, talk about a one-way street. It wasn't meant to be, was it? I forked over $1 million worth of Tesla stock. I think it's so irony. I had everybody buying Tesla when it was split adjusted at $3. Play back the tape, Your Honor. That's the beauty of all these YouTube videos. Right there for God and everybody to see. Had you all in Apple in 2010, 2011. What happened to you, Kevin Blanch? I had about $1 million in stock market. I was uninsured. I was working on a PhD and nobody would help me out. I gave it to a bone marrow transplant center. I got AML leukemia in the fall of 2011. Think about that. Kicked off Medicaid while I'm inside there. You don't think that's attempted murder? You know nothing. I mean, this is unbelievable. I would have never believed what